Welcome. Today's topic is urinary bladder. Bladder generally means urinary bladder, but there is also gallbladder and other bladder. Bladder means muscular hollow viscera, and urinary bladder is for retention of or reservoir of urine, which is situated in pelvis. Let us see its shape first. It is tetrahedral. This tetrahedral shape is only visible in empty bladder. Now this tetrahedral shape is actually done by four pulling force. Those pulling force are from these two corners, one from this end and one from this end, is by two ureter. Now this point, at this point, which is attached to median umbilical ligament, also called as apex, and this point is for neck, that is urethral orifice. So two ureter, median umbilical ligament and urethra, this four pulling force makes this hollow muscular viscera, gives that tetrahedral shape, which consists of anterior border, which is vertical. Here you can see this is anterior border, which is vertical. Now posterior border, which is horizontal. Here you can see the posterior border is horizontal. Paired superolateral and inferolateral border. Here you can see these are the superolateral border. These are paired, so two borders. And inferolateral, these are the paired inferolateral border. So these are superolateral and inferolateral are pair borders. So 4 borders are there, and this vertical anterior border and posterior horizontal border. Total there are 6 borders and 4 type of border. 4 type of border and 6 border. And surface, here you can see there are 2 paired surfaces, inferolateral surfaces, and there is upper surface and there is a base, which is not visible in this diagram, which is visible in this diagram. So this is base, which is not visible in this diagram. So these are the surfaces. Now coming to the topic proper, the urinary bladder is the muscular organ which lies in the anterior part of the pelvic cavity and helps in storage of urine. Shape, size and position of bladder varies according to the amount of urine contained in it. An empty bladder lies entirely within the pelvis, but it fills it extend to abdominal cavity. Okay, when it is filled up, it extends to the pelvic cavity or false abdominal cavity or false pelvis. But when it is empty, when it is tetrahedral, it is within true pelvis. Gross feature: an empty bladder is tetrahedral in shape, as I have already told you. There is an apex, I have shown, base or fundus, then neck, 3 types of surface: superior, right, left, inferolateral. And the base you can also consider as a surface, or you may not. Then 4 types of border: anterior border is vertical, posterior border is horizontal, and 2 types of lateral borders: superolateral borders and inferolateral borders. So 4 types of border, but totally there are 6 borders. Now this is the shape. This is not tetrahedral, not ovoid, so it is half filled. You can see here there is apex attached to this median umbilical ligament. So this is the apex. This is one pulling force. Here you can see ureters. They are the other pulling force, and here you can see this is neck of the urethra. So these 4 pulling force gives it a shape from outside pull and from inside pressure it gradually, the content, urine content when increased due to inside pressure, it becomes ovoid. Capacity, there may be physiological capacity, urgeful capacity, painful capacity, anatomical or surgical capacity. Physiological capacity is around 250 to 280 ml when there is no urging. After 280 ml, there will be full capacity. There will be urging for micturition because of stretching of that trigon or base. Then there will be painful condition after 550 ml. 280 ml to 500 ml is around urgeful capacity. After that there will be painful condition after 550 ml, painful condition, painful capacity, and there is anatomical sphincter at the neck of the bladder, and that sphincter opens at pressure when there is around 800 ml urine. That sphincter opens automatically. That is a safety mechanism. But if this safety mechanism fails, the bladder may get ruptured around 1000 ml capacity. That is called as surgical capacity. So 100 ml the sphincter opens, that is anatomical capacity, and 1000 ml it ruptures, that is surgical capacity. Coming to relation, apex directed forward, connected to the umbilicus by the median umbilical ligament. Base is directed backward. It is related to, in case of male, vas deferens, seminal vesicles, rectum, retrovesical pouch and peritoneum. So these are the relations in case of male individual. Let's see in the female. In female, vagina and cervix of the uterus. We will see in the diagram later on. So vagina and cervix, that is related here. Neck, inferior and most fixed part, in case of male, related to prostate, surrounded by smooth muscle fiber from pre-prostatic sphincter, and in case of female, related to pelvic fascia. The superior surface, in case of male, it is related to peritoneum, coils of ileum and sigmoid colon, as you can see in the diagram. In case of female, the peritoneum, it covers the greater part and uterine cervix. So that is the relation in case of female. You can see in the dotted, that is bladder and the relation surrounding it. The infralateral surface. Infralateral surface, in both cases relations are almost same, related to the pubis and retropubic fat, the fat just behind symphysis pubis, that is called as retropubic fat. There is also a space that is called as space of Ridge, and then levator ani muscle and the obturator internal muscle, that muscle which covers the obturator foramen, that obturator internus muscle. So these are the structures both in male and female. Now coming to the differential features, puboprostatic ligament is related in case of male individual and pubovesical ligament is situated in case of female. Now this is the diagram. You can see all the relations what we have mentioned. So inferolateral surface, these are the, you can see this is the inferolateral surface. Now this is a section that was a coronal section. This is a sagittal section. You can see above, that is male individual, and below, that is female individual. Here you can see anterior relation, that is uterus, uterine cervix, and this is vagina. So vagina and uterine cervix is situated anteriorly, and fundus of uterus and body of uterus comes to superior relation rather. And in case of male individual, here you can see the relation, the vas, the vasa, the seminal vesicles. Now interior of the bladder. In this region, here you can see there are some folds. These are called as rugae vesicae. Rugae means temporary fold, but you can see a triangular area. This triangular area is not having any mucus fold. This area is smooth. So that area is called as internal trigon. Mucus of the bladder shows irregular fold except a small triangular area over the base. This area is called trigon of bladder. Here the mucosa is smooth. Internal urethral orifice opened into the apex of the trigon. Here you can see as a wash basin, the all slopes coming into this internal urethral orifice. Okay. Now coming to this trigon of urinary bladder, which we have seen, that is here drawn in a green color. Here also as shown, this is the trigon of bladder. Okay. So that thing has been given here in green color. Now coming to the features. It is a smooth triangular part of the urinary bladder. Mucosal lining of trigon is smooth and firmly attached to the underlying walls of the bladder, formed by right and left urethral orifice. Once the trigon of urinary bladder is stretched to a certain degree, signal sends to the brain that bladder needs to be emptied. So that is the phase of urgeful or painful capacity. Okay. Now Mercius bar. Here you can see a green color bar extending from one ureteric orifice to other ureteric orifice. So that is called as plica interureterica. Plica means a permanent mucus fold, and interureterica means between two ureter. So this is plica interureterica, that is a permanent mucus fold between two ureteric orifice. Now internal urethral sphincter. It is comprised of smooth muscles that is located at junction of urethra and urinary bladder. It is innervated by S2, S4, that is nerve supply comes from S2, S3 and S4 from pelvic plexus. Its function is constrict the internal urethra, preventing the urinary leakage, and also prevents the retrograde ejaculatory reflex of semen into bladder. So this is a major cause of impotency related to bladder. If this sphincter does not work, the semen may retrograde flow to the bladder and needed. So it will be evacuated by urine, but when needed, it will be not there if there is retrograde flow through this sphincter. So that may be a cause of impotency. The internal urethral sphincter, muscular sphincter, the urethrae internus, these are the names. This is, here you can see the green color. So this is the sphincter. It is made of smooth muscle and supplied by S2 to S4. Now this is constrict the internal urethra and prevents the reflux of semen, as I have told you. This is the prostate gland. You can see here the prostatic fluid is secreted, and ejaculatory duct gives their semen, so it should not flow upwards to the bladder. That will be a cause of impotency. Now come to detrusor muscle. It is also referred as muscularis propria. It is smooth muscle found around the walls of bladder. It is comprised of inner and outer longitudinal and middle circular layer. This muscle is relaxing during accumulation of urine in the bladder and contracts only during urination to void and empty the bladder. So detrusor muscle is one of the muscle layer which you see in any hollow muscular viscera, but this muscle has some special features and special reflexes that it is related to micturition reflex. Now coming to the location of this muscle, here you can see this is the location of this muscle, and thus it helps in evacuating the bladder. It has inner and outer longitudinal layer, and there is a middle circular layer. So here you can see a sagittal section of male urethra. Here you can see this is bladder, and this is the neck of the bladder, prostatic gland. Here you can see the seminal vesicles and ejaculatory duct draining into prostate and this urethra, and thus this semen is flowed through this male urethra. So male urinary tract and the ejaculatory tract is same in this region, so it is common male urogenital apparatus. Now in case of female, here you can see this is bladder and it is coming to this is the female urethra, this is the vaginal this is, you can see, this is uterus and this is the vagina. Okay, so now this is the coronal section. Here you can see this is urinary bladder. Now arterial supply, branches of internal iliac arteries. Here you can see this is internal iliac arteries coming to drain the coming to supply the bladder and coming with the drainage, internal iliac vein. Now branches of internal iliac artery, superior vesical artery supplies the anterosuperior part of the bladder. In male, inferior vesical arteries also supply, and fundus and neck of the bladder is supplied by inferior vesical artery. In female, vaginal artery replaces the interior vesical arteries and sends small branches of posterior part of the bladder. An obturator and inferior gluteal arteries also supplied small branches of bladder. So here you can see the diagram. The corresponding vein also responsible for venous drainage. Now the venous drainage, the veins draining from bladder correspond to arteries. Veins from vesical venous plexus drains into internal iliac vein. Venous plexus of urinary bladder, you can see plexus of venous vesicles, here you can see. Now histology of bladder. First let us see the diagram. In a microscope it appears like this. So here you can see just at the top there is transitional epithelium. This is the transitional epithelium. Then you have subendothelial connective tissue. Here you can see this is the subendothelial connective tissue. Then longitudinal muscle layer. Here you can see the longitudinal muscle layer. Then circular muscle layer. Here you can see this is the circular muscle layer, and connective tissue and tunica adventitia. So these are the structures situated. The walls of urinary bladder shows the feature like this: inner mucosa lined by transitional epithelium, already I have shown. The middle muscular layer consisting of outer and inner longitudinal muscle layer and middle circular oblique fiber. The smooth muscle is also called as detrusor muscle, I have already shown, whose construction helps in voiding urine. The outer serous layer is peritoneum. So this is the histology. Now coming to applied, such as kidney stone, there is also bladder stone in bladder that may cause bleeding from urine. There may be UTI, that is urinary tract infection. Urinary tract infection may have a spiky nature of fever. The temperature will rise and fall, in interday. So that kind of temperature gas can be shown in UTI. It is more common in female individual because during micturition the vagina and the urinating surface comes closer and droplet rebound, and that rebound droplet may cause urinary tract infection. Even during bathing, if the water is infected, it may cause female urinary tract infection or UTI. It is mainly done by B. coli, that is Bacillus coli. And again, already I have told you, if that sphincter, here you can see, if that sphincter does not work properly, there may be regurgitation of semen, and that may cause impotency. So these are the applied of bladder. There are many other applied, but this much for today. Thank you.